You're gonna roll through your spine, come down to the floor again, and step your feet back until you can drop your knees into leg pull front with the knees hovering. Taking a few breaths here. And set your knees down a second. Moving our shoulder blades, we're gonna let the chest drop down between the shoulder blades, then push the floor away. So that's your retraction and protraction of the shoulder blades. Depending on how your body is feeling today, you could hover your knees off the ground and do this. Yeah, exactly. So finding that movement of the shoulder blades as you go down between the shoulders. Stay in neutral though, don't round your upper back. It's not a huge range of motion, but it's a lot of strength if your knees are hovering. Yeah, get those knees off the ground if you can. Good, Amelia. Last one, set your knees down, sit back, push through your hands, round through your back a little bit, and then come forward onto your forearms. If you have a weight, like any sort of weight, and can hold it behind the back of your leg, that would be great. So you're gonna reach your leg out to the side and bring it back towards the floor. Out to the side, back to the floor. It's not a huge range of motion. Try not to turn the rest of your body. If you don't have a weight, you could use band your knees together towards each other. And last two, and last one. And then come up on your hands and do the same thing. Leg goes to the side. And it's not necessarily harder, it's just different core work here. Usually I feel more work in my shoulders when I'm up on my hands for this, and when I'm down on the forearms, a little bit more in the abdominals. Good, and last one. And then come down onto your forearms. The other leg is gonna go out to the side, pushing your leg out and down, out to the side, down. Try to stay centered in your hips. Good. And then come up onto your hands and leg goes out to the side. Last one. Set that foot down. We're gonna stay on our hands. If it doesn't work to stay on your hands, come down onto your forearms and repeat that again. If you can, hover your knees up off the ground in a low hover and do this one leg out to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. Set that knee down. If you need to rest in between, you can. Other side, 8, 7, 6, 5. And last one. Set your knees down, sit back towards your heels. Just do a little shell stretch. And then lay all the way down on your stomach. Legs apart. Rotate your legs turned out and arms in kind of a W shape. Just swan dive perhaps. So opening up the front of your chest, looking forward, taking a breath at the top, and then lengthening back down. Just trying to open up our body in the other direction. Opening through the upper body, pull up on the low abs. Just twice more. Should feel nice to connect to the back of the shoulder blades and the back of the body. And one last time, lifting yourself up and lengthening back down. You can roll to your side. Come onto your forearm and stack your knees on top of each other. Instead of your knees being forward, bring your knees back in line with the rest of your body and just press your hips up into a side arm plank. If you want to step your feet out, you can, either one in front of the other or both stacked on top. You're like, what are we going to do next? Yeah. And then you can lift and lower this top leg. Of course, if you need to set your hip down, just set your hip down. if you're like that, exactly, Natalia. So if your legs are straight, you still could lift and lower the top leg probably. Yeah. 3 more. Last one, set your hips back down. Take a second break. We're going to do the same thing, lift your leg up, but circle 6 times one way, 6 the other way. Here you go. Lift up, circle, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, reverse, 6, 5. Keep pushing yourself up from that bottom hip, bottom lat, bottom shoulder, and then set your knees back down, and awesome. Put your hand in line with your knees and go into a side bend. Big stretch up and over, and setting it down one more time. Side bend, up and over, and swing your legs around to the other side. And bring your knees back in line with your torso. Good, and then, yeah, press yourself up onto the side hip. If you need to keep your hip down, do. Reach your top leg out and just lift and lower that top leg. Lift and lower. Yeah, so as you push the floor away, you're trying to keep that outer hip working to help support this position along with the shoulder and lat. Good. And last one. Take a break, set your hips down for a split second here. Connect again. 6 circles in each direction. And circle. Try to keep everything as square as you can through the front, that your hips aren't opening up to the ceiling, especially if your legs are straight. And reverse if you haven't already. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring your leg in. Set your hips down, kind of mermaid on the rocks, mer person, hand in line with the knees. Go up and over into big side bend, and lower back down. If you transfer all your weight onto the bottom knee, so the top knee isn't really on the ground anymore, you'll get bigger movement. Yeah, and then setting your hips back down. Come to laying on your backs. Once you're laying on your backs, bring your hands behind your head. Flex your upper body up and lift your legs to tabletop. And just go into obliques, so one armpit to opposite knee. If that's too much, you can totally do it with the feet staying down today. Reach across. Some of you might have bands to put between the ankles. Some of you might have weights on the ankles or the feet. That's good too. And double time. 2, 3, switch, switch. And then come back into the center. Grab a hold of your knees, set your head down. Just stir your legs a little bit. And then take your knees in one hand, drop your knees to one side and rotate to the other side. And then bring your legs through the center, grab them with your arm, rotate to the other side, big twists. And then come back over onto your hands and knees. Find your leg pull front prep position again. And hover your knees up off the ground. And then I want you to step back into a plank, the other foot back, step forward, step forward. Try to stay low. So instead of letting your butt go up and down a lot, try to make it so that you pick a range that your knees come under you and your hips don't have to go up and down. And then see if you can go a little faster. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Let your body shift forward. Let your body shift back. As you crawl under, shift forward. As you crawl back, shift back. Yeah, exactly. That's good, Amelia. I like it. And then you can set your knees down a second, take a little break, stretch back, push through your arms. And then transfer your weight forward one more time. Hover your knees up. As you walk forward, let your body go forward. As you walk back, let your body go back. Forward, forward, back, back. And feel free to go faster than I am. And then you're gonna walk your hands towards your feet. Transfer your weight onto your feet. And drop the back of the pelvis. Roll yourself up to standing. Good.